Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Unboxed God, where we detox from religion and discover the God who refuses to fit inside the boxes we were given. I'm Tolu Sarah Johnson, and here we explore who God really is, beyond fear, beyond formulas, and beyond everything we were taught to perform. If you're hungry for a real relationship with Him, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. So, this is going to be the first chapter in book 6. Finally free to walk with God is the name of book 6, and the first chapter is the ease of being with God. No pressure, no rituals, no pretending. That's been my experience. And I wonder that if it is so easy like this, why have we been lied to? Why have we been sold the tax master? Why have we been sold the God that was controlling the children of Israel? Which I mean King Herod. You know, the way they were enslaving them in Egypt. That is how religion has presented Papa to us. That is that God that enslaves his children. That basically, being a Christian, being whatever religion you are, is just an enslavement in summary. But if you followed me all along from chapter 1, from book 1, to book 6 now, and you've got to a stage in your life, in your spiritual journey, where the tension you carry for years suddenly loosens, and your soul finally exhales. I'm free. For the first time, you stop trying to impress God. It will take a while to get used to. You stop trying to convince him. You stop trying to deserve what has already been given. And you discover something revolutionary. God is a person you can relax with. Yes, he is a person. He is an identity that you can relax with. That's a foundational shift from a life dictated by religious obligation to the one rooted in authentic relationship with the Father. And that, when you are able to taste that, you have this sense of profound relief. You say, at last. Because the faith has felt like a spiritual treadmill, often leaving you feeling compromised, ashamed, trapped in impossible expectations, is coming to an end. And the moment those rigid structures of legalism collapses, the soul can finally exhale, realizing that the heavy burden that you've carried was found in the religion itself, not in God, not in Jesus, not in Holy Spirit. This liberation marks the beginning of a joyous journey where God is revealed not as a demanding judge, not as a demanding king, but as an accessible Father who desires friendship and rest. And I am going to reiterate what I said in case if you don't catch it. God, you now want to relate to him as a person. God as a person, not a distant figure. Because the traditional religious mindset often portrays him as perpetually angry, fearful, distant. Of course, leading people to approach him with trembling and caution. And that discovery of his true nature redefines the relationship. Yes, he redefines the relationship that we can enjoy with him. Because now you're moving from tightness to trust. You're no more stiffened up. You can relax. You can be yourself. Because for so long you approach God carefully, watching your word, checking your tone, trying to appear spiritually enough to qualify. And you believe God is only happy when you present your perfected version of you. But freedom comes now. And I hope you are going to embrace the freedom. Because we've iterated it over and over and over again that he never asked for the version you curated. He asked for the version you hide. No more bracing for judgment. No more checking your spiritual posture. No more reacts only behavior. You get to just be you. What did I say? You get to just be you. His presence feels like home for me now. If you ask me, how does Papa's presence or how does being in Jesus and Holy Spirit presence, I will tell you that it's like I am living an heaven on earth experience. And you can partake in that, because have you ever walked into a room where love lives? Where you don't adjust your shirt, fix your hair, or scan for acceptance. And that's what it feels like to walk with the Father. A love that does not evaluate you. I want my children to be able to move around the house not thinking I'm evaluating them. They need to be free. Because I've noticed that giving children so many rules doesn't work. You need to know how to balance it really well, so that they do not need to hide their real self from you. And the church has turned God's rule to something that we felt we have to hide to survive in that environment. So, instead of your tight shoulders, peace. Instead of your spiritual anxiety, safety. Instead of pressure, presence. Its nearness becomes the most natural thing in your life. Not a religious event, not a spiritual duty, not a scheduled appointment, but a relationship. A relationship. And religion stops. Religion needs to stop for the relationship to begin. Although you could still have the fragrance of the religion still following you. There's still an element of crumbs there and there. It's okay, because it's going to take a while. But you need to start seeing yourself as a son or as a daughter. And you need to start knowing that you belong. And you're not walking towards God, you are living from God. It sits with you now. It laughs with you in a small moment. It delights in doing life with you. Yes, that's what we were not told. That it delights in having a real life with us. That was one of the first things that he first of all told me. He said, Tolu, I am longing to have a conversation with my children. I want to be known as a loving father. One who longs to be an active part of my children's daily life. Not merely reverent from a distance. I just want to be part of your life. Call me into every corner of your life. And when you know that you get there, It's when you can start embracing Him in your mundane things. When you can realize that there's no part of your life too ordinary or insignificant for God to enjoy. You know that He wants a conversation about everything, including personal concerns, trivial questions, or even simply commenting on something you are watching. Yes, Papa does that a lot. He comments, I did something yesterday for a friend. I felt led to do it. And as I was sitting down, Papa just said, thank you. It's one of my special children. Thank you. And tears well up in my eyes. Because it's telling me, I know you heard me. And I know you carried instruction through. I know you listen. And I appreciate it. And even though God carries a deep level of depression, sadness, He still wants to be known as a joyful father, playing with His children. Don't you know that this Papa really, really, really wants to know you? And it will be so surprising for you, but you might not know. But what often shocks me is the Father's profound humility. Humility brought this message to me. It's humility. It's loving kindness fed me with these messages I am giving to you. It sat there in front of the whole heaven, allowed me of nobody, to continually question Him, to continually challenge Him. And He keeps answering my questions. How humble is that? Despite being the Creator, He's willingly waiting for you to initiate a conversation with Him. He respects your life. He respects the process. He will respect your speed. And the relationship will unfold naturally, which demonstrates that He does not impose His will or attention on you. It's not imposing. The enemy might tell you that He is imposing. No, He is not imposing. He's going to wait. And you don't need candles, mood music, or long devotion. Sometimes the holiest moment is driving to work and whispering, I feel tired, Papa. Sitting on the couch and saying, be here with me. Smiling because you sense His joy. And crying and letting Him hold the tears. Every ordinary moment becomes an encounter. Intimacy is not built in church. It is built in Tuesday afternoons. It is built in what you do in your private life. It is built in what happens beyond the church. If you're thinking that your intimacy will be built by your church attendance, you must be kidding me. And you can ask me, Tolu, what does freedom looks like to you now? Freedom looks like me to say, Papa, I love you so much. How are you doing today, Papa? And Papa says, of course, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for checking on me. I always love to hear from you. You make me so happy. You please my heart. And I could sit with you all day and speak with you. But I'm always here to speak to you, to be your friend. And you wonder, why? Why? I asked, why me? What do you say in me? And He says, stop asking, why me? It's you, because that's the calling. You were made for this. You were created for this. You came to the world for this. And I love you. There is nothing like that freedom where you can tap into Him any time of the day. He's always on shift. He's always on shift, waiting for you to dial in. And when your mindset can change you, you can say, I miss you. I'm here, Papa. Anytime. That's what freedom sounds like. Not because you must, but because you want to. That want is freedom. What did I say? That want is freedom. And you need to ask yourself, do you actually want that freedom? Because when that freedom comes, there will be collapse of rituals and pressure. And the spiritual tightness experienced under religion from feeling compelled to perform will start falling down. And you start knowing that all He wants from you now is quality over quantity. The little time you spend with Him, He appreciates it than the 10 hours of just walking and performing for Him. No obligation, no guilt. The burden is lifted. You don't feel any guilt whether you pray or you don't pray. You just feel the peace of God that abides with you all the time. And you know the simplicity of this yoke can never be overemphasized. Because when you see God's way, you see that it's ultimately simpler and lighter than the burdensome structure created by man. And He wants people to move away from the mindset of that structure. So, let it be something that you intentionally seek. It's joy. It's love. Let it naturally flow. Let it be effortless. Let it be an unbroken fellowship. Let it be a daily dialogue. You can do it. If Jesus did it, you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. And the Father is whispering, my child, I enjoy you. I don't need you to perform. Just stay close. Just be with me. This is all I ever wanted. So, this chapter marks the moment your faith stops feeling like effort and start feeling like friendship. You no longer live to please God. You live because you are loved by God. And in that love, you can finally breathe again. See you in chapter 2. God bless.